you would ask an average guy about what does it mean to you to be a husband or a man in this world, and they're going to say things like protector, provider. You're going to almost always get those two things. I'm a protector and a provider. And then if you look at him and say, well, what else? I mow the yard. Like I take care of the yard. Mm-hmm. What else?
I'm a handyman.
Now they're starting to think about it and like think about what do they actually do, right? Mm-hmm. Like what do you actually do here? Welcome back to another episode of Till the Wheels Fall Off. I am Matt.
I'm Paige.
Today we're talking about equal partnerships and unequal partnerships. And as much as we talk about addiction here, this is probably the real root of most of your issues in your relationship. You guys never believe us when we say it, but the addiction is only a component of this.
It's
a
cover.
Small one at that.
Yes.
Because what's really underlying a lot of this is this unequal partnership that exists. We're going to dive into that today. Exactly what does that mean? Where does it come from? What is an equal partnership and how do you achieve it? What are some of our own thoughts about this?
Yeah, we're going to have a conversation.
It's going to be a really good conversation. Please listen to this one. You're going to enjoy it. I promise you that. First things first, let's get some housekeeping out of the way. Subscribe and review the show if you haven't already. We would very much appreciate it. If you're on Spotify, click the follow button or the subscribe button and then leave us a quick review. It doesn't have to be much. Hey, this one's cool. I like this one. Whatever it is. A couple stars, whatever it is. Actually, 5 stars if you have it in you.
Thank you.
leave us a review. We'd very much appreciate it. Next thing, we've got a newsletter and blog that comes out every Monday morning. You can subscribe to that by going to our website, www.twfo.com. That's TWFO.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom and enter your email address. And I've been pretty good about putting the newsletters as a blog, but I've still got some backlog that I need to get in there and clear up. So if you've missed some, they're going to be available soon. So don't miss those when they become available. We've also got a free Facebook community called Twofo Community. If you're a listener of the show, we would love to have you in there. If Facebook's not your thing, shoot us an email, info@twofocouple.com. Let us know that you're creating a fake burner profile. This is the name on it. Please let me in because we do look at some things. Like if someone just joined Facebook yesterday, I don't know if that's someone's spouse creeping on them or if that's someone that is in need of help.
Boom.
So let us know, please. Check out the community. Bunch of great stuff going on in there. We've got merch. We've got hats, sweatshirts on the way. We've got stickers. We've got recovery rocks here, which I'm always just impressed when people order these things. We
get a lot of orders for those.
We do. This is a token
Makes me
that
happy.
shows your spouse that's walked through this with you, that you see them, you hear them, and you are working on being better. On the front, it's got our logo, and on the back, it says, "Thank you for being my rock." It's a really cool way to acknowledge their journey. We get all the applause and, all of the...
It's all about
all the
you.
praise and everything else. Yeah. Spouses, no one asks how they're doing. Mm-mm. Hey, how are you doing? This is a way to acknowledge that absence of people really acknowledging what they're doing and what they're going through and what you've put them through. It's a great way to acknowledge that. Next thing, we've got some sponsors, which is pretty awesome.
Yay.
Soberlink. Thank you to Soberlink for sponsoring today's episode. If you don't know what Soberlink is, it is the gold standard in breathalyzers. Now, we've both been on the record here saying that breathalyzers are not going to fix your marriage or your relationship or cure an addiction, but they are an excellent way to get validated. They are an excellent way for you to know if someone is lying to you, if they're being truthful, if they're being sincere and honest, because a lot of the times trust has been broken time and time and time again. I don't suggest this is something that you go out and buy and say, here, I got you this, you have to use it, because it's probably not going to go over well.
No, it's not good for you either.
It's really
for
not.
your mental state. No.
Make you go crazy over, you're not in charge of recovery. My recovery is my recovery. You are not in charge of your partner or spouse's recovery.
No, but it helps build back trust if that's what you need to.
Absolutely. And that's the way that I would use this thing. If I was just looking at it to say, hey, as far as let's repair some trust in our relationship, I would voluntarily say, I think I'm going to get one of these things. I want to show you, I want to prove to you, I'm serious about this thing. Another great use of these, and the way I think that probably the most useful is in custody arrangements.
Right.
If you were with someone and you're in a separation, you want to know, you want to know that your children are around someone who's sober, who's safe. This is a great way to figure that out. It's got military grade facial recognition. It is the most high-tech breathalyzer on the market. They cannot be tampered with. You set up a schedule to blow. It can be multiple times. You will agree on that together. It's not random. And you are given almost instant feedback about whether or not someone is sober or not. And it's really cool because they have people on standby 24 hours a day monitoring test results to make sure that if there was something that popped up like cologne that triggered this thing, they can tell the difference. And they will ask you to blow again in 30 minutes to an hour because alcohol would not leave your system that quickly, but something like cologne would.
Right.
It's really, really cool. Spent a lot of time talking to them and educating myself on it, Paige as well. And this is the real deal. Soberlink has actually given us a link that you can use to get $50 off a device. Go to soberlink.com/wheels. Again, it's soberlink.com/wheels. And thank you to Soberlink for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you.
Last, and most important to us anyway, Independently Strong. That's our course. We built an online course to help walk you through your own recovery. We use a process called VEER. Now, VEER means to change direction, which is what we're trying to do. Alongside a licensed therapist, so it's not just two people up here who've walked through it. We built this with the clinician. He's the clinical architect, Dr. Christopher Taylor. He is renowned. He knows what he's doing. He is very wise on these matters, and he has approved everything that is in this course. He also makes appearances in this course. Therapists are actually using this course with their clients. And if you do have a therapist that is interested, please let us know because on our website, there is a section that says for therapists. But we use a VEER method. We validate you. We let you know that you're not crazy. You can talk about these feelings. You don't have to have this stuff pent up anymore. It's a safe place to talk about this stuff, and we're going to discuss every bit of it. Then we educate you using social learning theory as the basis of this course, which basically says that your environment has a great deal to do with your ability to heal. You are going to be able to determine by the end of it if your environment is even suitable to do that in. We are also going to educate you on addiction. There's a lot of misnomers out there about addiction. What's true, what's not. It's a disease. What does that mean exactly? Can they not help it? We cut through all of that. I have a long presentation in there, walk you through a lot of this stuff with literature that I've read, stuff along the way, Dr. Taylor as well. We talk about addiction, what that really is. A lot of people have questions. Well, is this the addiction or is this them? We discuss all that stuff.
Yes.
Then we're going to empower you. We're going to help you return that focus inward. Focus on you and what you can control. Self-care. We are going to talk about boundary setting, personal growth, and help you shift focus inward to regain control over your life again. And then armed with all of this newfound confidence, we are going to walk you through a path of recovery. There's also a private community that comes along with this. And we are an alternative to traditional programs, 12-step programs like Al-Anon or things like that. This is an alternative. So if you've been to Al-Anon, you're like, that wasn't really right for me. Independently Strong probably is.
Yep.
For a limited time, you can get 75% off using the code Wheelies75. That's Wheelies with an S, 75. Now let's get on with the show. Let's get this stuff out of the way.
Yay.
All right.
Good job, Boo.
All right. Let's do it. Equal partnerships.
Okay, so this is something that I have a lot of experience in because this is what really pissed me off about our relationship. It wasn't the addiction. It wasn't the fact that he used. It wasn't any of that. Yes, he was an asshole, but it was mainly because it was an unequal partnership. And that's what we're really mad about if we boil it down. So we talk about all the times behaviors over substances. It's something that we're always discussing. This is what it really boils down to. These are the behaviors that we get really upset about because we don't have an equal partner. Many of us don't have that equal partner. So a lot of people are like, well, what the hell does that mean? And that's where we're at. Yeah.
It's a one-sided relationship, right? If you are the responsible one in the relationship, that's probably an unequal partnership.
No.
Many people will say that they make the joke, it's like tongue in cheek, but it's sadly true that let's say you have 2 kids, you actually have 3 because your husband counts as a kid too.
Blech.
Many people find themselves in these situations and many of our listeners are in these situations. And you guys don't believe it when we tell you, it is not just the substance. Remove the substance and you're still going to have this problem.
Yep.
Removing a substance doesn't cure this. It doesn't cure these ideas about what it means to be a husband or a wife or boyfriend or girlfriend or fiance or whatever you guys want to call yourselves, a partner or spouse. It doesn't fix that. It doesn't fix their ideas about what balance in that relationship looks like.
Right. All it does is give them a start to learning how to actually grow up.
Basically, it just sets the stage to make these things possible.
Right.
But it is not magically going to cure it. When someone gets sober, sometimes they try to act right because they know they're in the doghouse, and they'll act right for a couple of weeks, and then it's right back to normal, and you're overwhelmed and you're angry and you're still pissed. This is usually why, and we can identify it quickly. We see people's posts and emails and comments and things like that. Yeah, he has an addiction or she has an addiction problem, but there's more than that going on here, and it's an unequal partnership. Many people find themselves here, and this movement has become more and more popular, and I am effing here for it.
I love it.
I mean, I'm here for it.
I know. You love this conversation.
This has been boiling underneath the surface for a very long time, and now it's starting to erupt, and I'm glad. And I hope that it catches fire and this becomes vernacular in everyone's home all the time.
Yeah. So I think that a lot of the times we normalize these relationships and these behaviors and this unequalness because that's what our parents did for generations ahead of us. Like women suffered in silence. They weren't able to speak up because we basically live in a man's world. You know, we live in a world where they have made the rules, they've made the laws. We haven't had many rights for a long time. Like it's been generations unfolding, and now we're finally able to speak up because we have more rights. And it's rocking the boat.
Good.
Yeah, it should. It needs to be because men are not stepping up. They're not stepping up. They need to step up. It's time. And women need to vocalize this and share this and understand that it's okay to be asking for more than what you're being handed.
Yeah, it breaks my heart that someone thinks they can't ask for an equal partner in life.
Yeah.
It also breaks my heart that there are men running around thinking that the bar is that low. Like the bar is on the fucking ground.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, about what you would ask an average guy about what does it mean to you to be a husband or a man in this world. And they're going to say things like protector, provider. You're going to almost always get those two things. I'm a protector and a provider. And then if you look at him and say, well, what else? I mow the yard. You know, like I take care of the yard. Mm-hmm. What else?
I'm and the handyman.
Now they're starting to think about it and like think about what do they actually do, right? Mm-hmm. Like, what do you actually do here? Remember Office Space?
Yeah.
It's like, what is your job here? What do you do here? There's not a whole lot more than that. And if you look at I'm just going to speak in generalities here, but understanding I'm coming from the context of listeners and the people that I know and people in our community, what they're responsible for in any given day is insane compared to what Albert, the guy who just works and owns a gun, has to do in any given day. Mm-hmm. But they think that that's the way it's supposed to be. And somehow you don't experience the world the same as I do and you're just not bothered by any of this.
Yeah.
Well, they are extremely bothered. Mm-hmm. This is really the problem. When people come to us, they are often asking the wrong question. It's, how do I get them to stop drinking? And sometimes it's very severe and they are not functioning. Yeah. But a lot of them they're functioning and they'll come to us and say, well, listen, it's not the addiction that's bothering you. I know you think that's what it is because in your mind, you've convinced yourself.
You put that in the bucket. You think that that's what it is. You think that that's what's causing all the problems.
Exactly. That when someone gets sober, then they're suddenly going to be my best friend. They're going to be supportive. They're going to be, they're going to validate me. They're going to listen to me. They're going to get curious about what my inner world is like and what I have to do in any given day and what that's like. And, how many millions of things I have to juggle because many of them just don't care. And that has nothing to do with the substance.
No.
Nothing to do with the substance. No. This is in their ideas and their behaviors and the way that they see the world and the way that they see relationships.
Right. And it doesn't help that there are some programs out there that teach you how to just kind of turn a blind eye to this type of behavior and teach you how to stay in the unequal situation and just blame it on the disease or the addiction or the alcoholism or whatever it is, instead of looking at the big picture of what really is bothering them. I mean, that program was built whenever women couldn't get divorced.
We're talking about Al-Anon here. It's built, I think it was 9 years after AA. So it's
something like that. Or 13 years. I don't remember specifically.
1940s, I think.
But it was a time when it was, when women didn't have many rights, and now it's different. So you had to learn how to deal with it. You literally just had to learn, okay, well, how do I deal with this? How do I just deal with the situation that's been handed to me? I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that because I'm here for women and for those who are struggling, who have a voice and they need a voice and they deserve a voice. Like that's what we are here for.
Same. Absolutely.
Because times have changed. We have options. We have rights. There's so much more that we can do that we couldn't have done back then. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we can kind of get in the conversation of like where a lot of this stuff comes from.
Okay.
Like where some of these ideas and these thoughts, and you alluded to it earlier. It's like, this is just the way it's always been. And that's always a red flag to me. Like anytime, if you've ever gone to work somewhere, a lot of consultants talk to me about this. Like if someone just says, because that's the way we've always done it.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah. That means they don't want to change. They think that that's going to work. Things change all the time. You have to be open and willing to change things.
Yeah. I'm not saying that everything you've always done is ineffective, but I think we ought to question everything that we've always done, because
always
times change.
Yes.
Things change. Things evolve. This idea that there's this imbalance in marriage, that women are to be caretakers, that they're supposed to be passive. They're supposed to be,
submissive.
Yeah, submissive, and the man is supposed to be in control, and he's supposed to be
the
powerful
leader,
and the leader of the home and provider and protector and all these things. Like I question every bit of that shit, every last bit of it, because it just doesn't make sense. Like who assigned these things and why?
Right.
Think about it. Really, it's like, are you biologically more efficient at being like passive or being a caretaker? Like maybe to some degree when it comes to children, but it's 2024. Like we don't have to do these things to survive anymore. We don't live in the wilderness. Like we don't have to do this kinds of stuff. Like you have the ability to go work. Like women are the primary breadwinners in almost half of American homes. It's approaching half. It's like 40-something% now. Women are getting education at a far faster rate than men are. They're getting college degrees way more than men are. They are making their way in the world. You cannot claim provider anymore.
No.
So what about protector? From what? Most of the things women need to be protected from are men.
Are you? Yeah, exactly.
It's not like there are dangers lurking about everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have like lions and tigers chasing you or anything like that, or these wild mobs. It's like anyone, depending on where you live, and people can own weapons. It's not as necessary as I think people like to make it out to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's those two things, and then you have everything that a woman is responsible for in any given day. Like Celeste talks about this in her book, and she will be on soon. I promise you guys. I know I've said that 100 times, but I promise you she will. Her book, Celeste Yvonne, It's Not About the Wine. She talks about mommy wine culture and why that is so toxic. Because a lot of people laugh about it, and it's funny that, hey, mommy just needs some wine. She's stressed out. She's overwhelmed. Just have some wine. But why is mommy stressed out? Why? Because the system is built for mommy to have 10 times more work than everyone else.
Yes.
That's why. The fact that women don't have access to things like affordable childcare, that women don't have this system that's set up for them to have equal partners. Just so much more is expected of you. So why wouldn't you be more stressed? Why wouldn't you feel like you need to pull your hair out? Why wouldn't you feel like you need a drink? And it's sad that we tell them that that's okay. And we laugh about it. Like that shit's funny.
Right.
It's not funny.
Right. It's normalized.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. And she alludes to a lot of this equal partnership type stuff. I mean, from my standpoint as a man anyway, when I hear men talk about things like women's sports and they laugh about it, when they talk about just women in general, how they're weak or they're overly emotional, like that is.
Okay, hold on. The overly emotional thing. Can I explain? Okay. So we're overly emotional. I disagree with that. You know how men throw fits over watching sports? Or they throw fits whenever their kids act up a certain way. Like they act like children, yet we're the emotional ones. Miss me with that bullshit. Yeah, we cry occasionally. Yeah, we'll have we speak our mind. We have emotions. We feel things. But good grief, men can throw tantrums worse than any woman I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So
that's some of the traditional shit that men will say though.
Yeah.
About women.
Yeah.
If you're a man and it's 2024 and you are married to a woman and you don't consider yourself a feminist, why the fuck not? Mm-hmm. You're telling me your best friend is a woman and you don't support the feminist movement.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's a threat.
It's a threat. You're absolutely
Because it's
right.
a threat. Because they want to be in control. They want to be the leader. They want to be the ones who makes all the decisions and be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Because it benefits them.
Because it benefits them. Instead of looking at and having empathy for their wife and actually looking at them as like, damn, you're really struggling. I need to be there for you. Let me help you out. It's not like that. They just want to have that control.
Yeah. And it's some of it I think is laziness as well. And we'll get into
absolutely.
Some of this, because it requires you to do more.
Yes, it requires you to do more.
Like you're asking for too much. damn right we're asking for more, but it's not too much. No more than I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just asking for this stuff to be split up equitably.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah. Now, I know that there are traditional marriages that work out just fine and your roles are okay. But if you do feel like there's something missing, then this episode is still for you. Recognizing that maybe there is something that's not equal within your relationship. Because we had a traditional marriage from a long time ago. You know, whenever I was a stay-at-home mom and I took the load of everything, I needed more help then, honestly, than now, because I had children who were dependent on me. And you had the role of going to work and I'm supposed to take care of the kids and stay home. That took its toll. I was extremely overwhelmed.
Really rough.
Yeah.
It was really rough.
Yeah.
And it was not a recipe for success long term.
No, that's not. You cannot sustain that at all. But I want to, are you going to get on something real quick? I wanted to say so why does it matter that we have an equal partnership? And like, what does a one-sided relationship do to someone's mental health?
God, I mean, Celeste has got her perspective on that.
Yeah.
I mean, addiction can be the result of some of this because you're
yes, it can.
Completely overwhelmed.
You can have actually really unhealthy coping mechanisms. It can go into a form of not taking care of yourself, self-neglect, overeating, chronic stress, which we know that stress can kill like easier than anything else out there.
Yeah, it's deadly.
Anxiety, resentment, depression, low self-esteem, burnout, anger, isolation, betrayal, and self-doubt. All of these things happen because you don't have an equal partner.
Yeah.
It's not because they are an addict. It is not because they are an alcoholic. It is because they are not doing their fucking part as your partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's going to cause you problems. It's not sustainable over long term. That's why whenever we did have our traditional roles and I was extremely overwhelmed, you ended up stepping up and it got better, but I could not have done that forever. There's no way that I could have just had an unequal partner.
Yeah. I think it's sad that we tell women like this is what you can expect in a relationship and in a marriage. Mm-hmm. So much is put on women because I'm speaking like as an American male, not much is expected of us. Like growing up, you hear certain things and you see certain types of role models and you get an idea of what it means to be a man, but it's very, very, it's almost like colloquial. Like it's all very broad and it's kind of grouped in this category about like what it means to be masculine, like what it means to be strong or stoic or to get a good job and provide. I feel like women from a very young age are like, you're almost, it's like you're trained in some ways to begin to accept this load and like this higher level of responsibility. And like this starts young.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's cultural, it's societal. And we're not like in the United States and Canada, like we're not the only societies that deal with this. This is all over the globe, it seems like, depending on where you're from. But this stuff starts at a really, really young age.
Yes, it does.
And we're basically taught that it's your job to go to work, be strong, don't cry. And that women need us. Women need us. They need us to protect them. They need us because they are...
Is that really taught?
In so many words, yeah. Like this is the impression that you're given as a young man. Yeah.
I don't want...
Think about movies. Think about TV. Think about sitcoms.
I don't want to need you. I don't want to need you. I think that that's very unhealthy and for both parties because then that's asking for us... That's asking too much from us to make sure that you're getting what you need because of what we do for you. That's not okay. And then it's asking for you needing me. I don't know. It's just too much. Like it just doesn't make sense. I want you to want me. I want to want you. I don't want to need you.
In some ways, I think like connection is a need, right? It's a need. Like we need to feel connected. We need to feel
I need to feel safe.
In some way. Yeah.
I need to feel safe. And that means...
That doesn't just mean because the burglars or anything.
No, not protecting. Not protecting. Yes, emotionally safe. I need to feel safe in my relationship. Those are the needs that we need. We need equalness. We need that.
That wasn't taught to my generation of young men. I'll tell you that right now. The emotional safety and all of that stuff.
Oh, no. No, it was not.
No, and it's not really exhibited either. Like think about, like we are not far removed from a time when women couldn't own land.
Nope.
When women couldn't vote. When women could not file for divorce, like couldn't open bank accounts.
Yeah.
Like we're not that far removed.
Not at all.
The generation before our parents, That was their life.
That was them.
So our parents were raised by that generation and they raised us. We are not that far removed from this shit.
Right.
But we're progressing much faster than this information has.
Mm-hmm.
I have hope that in 10 to 20 years, maybe 30 years, who knows, that this stuff gets better. But
I hope when our children become adults, it gets better, at least.
yeah.
And we're showing them the way.
The hopeful side of me says this is a transitory period of time in our culture and that this will evolve. But then again, you can watch the news on any given
Never
day and
know.
see that like half the people just completely disagree with it. So,
Right. Or I think the ones that are loud disagree with it.
yeah, like
you know,
super old school, like no, things don't need to change. They're perfectly fine the way they are.
yeah, because you get to stay the same and no one's questioning you.
because you're not losing anything,
Right.
you know?
Right. Question everything, guys. Question it all.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So equal partnership looks like what?
Okay, so we're going to go through some of the things that you and I deal with and how our relationship is equal. We share a mental load.
Yeah, that's the biggest part, I think, for a lot of it.
Yeah, but it used to not be like that. I would have to do a lot of the mental load before, like make sure the kids are up, make sure they're dressed appropriately, make sure they're off to school, make sure their breakfast is done, their lunch, their dinner, all the things. There's a lot of mental load that goes into that.
Tons.
It's not just the action of doing things that a lot of people don't understand, or a lot of men may not understand. It's not like we're just fixing the kids' breakfast. You know, your kids' palate can change day to day and you don't know if they're going to eat the same thing that they've been eating for a year. You can automatically put it on there and they're going to say, I don't want this. I don't want this.
Because last week it felt gross in my mouth. I'm never eating that again.
Right, right. Yeah. So that's, and you just have to think about these things. You have to think about what is going to be for dinner. You have to think about planning appointments around schoolwork. You have to think about planning meals around extracurricular activities and the schedules and everyone else. Like it's a lot to keep up with.
It's a ton.
But when you have somebody who's there with you that you communicate with, we remind each other of things. We're able to actually carry that load together. And it's not just me making all those decisions. It's not me just carrying all of that. You have a part in that too.
Yeah. And it does not involve lists. I know we're skipping ahead a little bit on your list there.
No,
Speaking
that's
of
fine.
lists.
Yeah,
but
no.
it does not involve lists. Like she doesn't give me a list that says do this stuff and like give me detailed. Like, dude, I'm a grown person.
I refuse. I've actually offered it before. Actually, recently there was something that you had to do, and I don't remember what it was. And I was like, do you need me to make you a list? Which was really weird for me because I'm not big on giving you lists because I really want him to adult and figure things out. Like to me, that's just fucking wild that you have to make a list for your partner or your spouse or whatever. If it works for you, go for it. That's cool. I'm just saying for me personally, I don't want that responsibility. I want you to be able to adult and figure things out on your own. So
what'd you give me a list for?
I didn't give it to you. I think it was something, maybe you had to like make dinner for one of the kids when I was doing something extracurricular.
You left me a list of things I could make out of the fridge.
Oh, that's what I did. I did do that. Yes. I was like, okay, these are the options in the fridge. And guess what, y'all?
I just did my own thing.
You did your own thing.
I didn't even know the list was over there.
You didn't see the list until after you cooked the meal. And the meal you cooked was like partially on the list that I made. So therefore, we're connected really well when it comes to that. And you're able to just figure things out. I allowed you to figure things out on your own instead of fucking telling you what to do.
Well, a lot of people have like this like learned helplessness.
Yes.
Like, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. Mm-hmm. Because you've never had to do it. Figure it out.
Figure it out. Like, I don't think, okay, so you know how to fold towels.
Yeah. I have my opinion
you
about,
actually,
you do it wrong, by the way.
I know, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say that you actually do a really damn good job at folding laundry and folding towels. Like, you do an awesome job. I didn't teach him that. And he sure as hell didn't learn it growing up either. It's just something that you did. Right? You figured it out. You just looked at it and it was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So I do most of the grocery shopping. Okay, you don't do any of that. But if you were to do it, I'm not going to give you a list of things to get. I want you to fucking figure it out.
I would figure it out. Now, no doubt I'd make some mistakes.
And you would make mistakes.
Because, it's... You've been doing it longer than I have.
I've been doing it since we've been together.
Damn it, I can figure it out. Give me like 2 trips and I'll have it done.
Yeah. But it's something that I enjoy doing. That's something that I want to have control over a little bit. But I know there will be a time where you're going to have to do it. You did it during COVID.
100%, man.
And you went in there and paid. Oh, there was this one time though that he did go shopping for groceries and brought home
snack cakes.
Oh my God,
Don't be a hater.
No.
Stop right there.
No, you brought home all of the junk food. All of the junk food. I'm talking like 3 different kinds of cereals, all the different hoe cakes or whatever you call them.
What'd you say? Hostess? Hoe cakes?
Hoe cakes. They're like Hostess cakes, I guess. Swiss rolls.
I love Swiss rolls.
Y'all, all the things. I was livid. Our kids were at the age, I don't know, maybe 5 and 7. Like they were young. Where I'm like, we can't have all of this junk in our pantry. But you learned the hard way. You're like, I can't have all this stuff here because everyone's going to eat it.
I'll eat it, especially.
But we actually got in a fight over that.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can grocery shop. I'm not dumb.
Right.
And nor is your partner.
But you have to,
they're not stupid.
You have to allow them to do it. And then if they don't do it right, so what? So what? You have to allow them. Like that's the middle ground here. Like a lot of us might be control freaks to where it's like, no, you have to load the dishwasher a proper way. You need to fold the laundry a proper way. You need to do groceries a proper way. No, guys, let them figure it out. You can't just like get on their ass on every time they do it wrong. They've got to fucking just do it. And Matt does a great job at all of it.
I don't want to jump ahead, but something that should be noted here is that I think a lot of people think that they can expect this sort of thing from someone that's never exhibited these behaviors before. And the fact is, you're probably going to be very disappointed if you think that someone's just going to start doing this stuff and they've never done it before. And if you've mentioned it and if you've asked, and we had that conversation a long time ago, like,
yes.
Like ask.
Right.
Well, you shouldn't have to. I agree with that. 1,000%. You shouldn't have to, right? But if they're not doing it and you need to get your needs met, you can ask.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Premise is ridiculous. I agree with you all. As someone screaming and punching their dashboard saying, well, I shouldn't have to ask. I agree. But if you've done that and they're just not interested, like you have to want to be helpful. You have to want to invest in your family. You have to want to invest in your partner. You have to want to do that. If they don't want to do it, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
This is not gonna end well for you.
Right. This kind of makes me think about, there's a lot of people who are at work and then they come home and they need to decompress and they want to decompress. I don't want to say need. I mean, we all need to decompress, but there's a time and place for it. And it's not necessarily right when you get off work because there are responsibilities. There are children involved. You have a spouse, you have a home, you have laundry, you have shit that you have to do. So you had a pretty rough day today.
I had the worst day.
Yeah.
Today.
You had a really rough day today.
Crazy overwhelming.
And I know that you probably would have loved to have just come home and checked out. Maybe play your guitar, maybe do something just to kind of decompress. But you know what you did? You came home and you took our son to jujitsu.
Yeah.
Then you came back, you ate dinner, and you did the dishes.
Yeah.
And now you're recording.
Uh-huh.
So
welcome to adulting.
Exactly. Welcome to marriage. Welcome to life. Welcome to adulting. You don't get to just come home and sit on ass and not do anything and make your partner handle everything. Like this isn't equal. This is a marriage. This is a partnership. It needs to be equal. Own your part. Do your, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word that I was looking for, but whatever. I'm proud of you for being able to do that and stand up and do what you're supposed to fucking do.
Stop right there.
I know, because I said I'm proud of you.
Stop right there. That's like patronizing to me. And I appreciate the sentiment. I do. But you shouldn't have to thank me for doing what I'm supposed to do. This is why I get weird when people tell me, congratulations on your recovery. Oh. It makes me cringe. I'm like, I mean, I get it. And I know it comes from a good place because a lot of people don't do it. And it's a kind thing to say.
And apparently, and it's really, really hard. It is hard.
And I know they mean well, but it makes me cringe on the inside because it's like, I shouldn't have had to be here in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
That's it.
Right. You want a fucking cookie.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Like
so going back, like your time to decompress is going to be before bed. And that is what we do.
You get like in 30 minutes if you're lucky.
You get 30 minutes to an hour. And sometimes, I mean, like, because we have a lot. Like Matt has a day job. We're running 2 businesses. We have 2 children who are in extracurricular activities. They're at that age where they're really, really busy. We have a dog. We have a home. We have a lot of things on our plate that we rarely get some downtime, but we we put all of our priorities first. Like there are priorities that we have to do. It's not just sitting on ass whenever you've done your number one priority.
Yeah, we have shared responsibilities in the home.
Yes.
Which is one of the biggest components of being an equal partner. Like you don't have to ask me to do things. You don't have to ask me to do crap.
Not anymore. No.
It needs to be done. I'm going to do it. You shouldn't. You can ask me once. Hey, did you X? I know exactly what you meant by that. Sorry. Yeah, I just forgot. Or I'm human, right? Sometimes you just forget to do things.
Yeah. Or like, hey, do you mind taking the clothes out of the dryer real quick while I do this right now? Like that's asking for just
a hand.
That's not even really asking for help. That's just like, hey, can you do this for me while I do this? That's just communication.
Yeah, but you don't have to ask me to do much of anything. Like you don't have to ask me like, are you going to be at this thing with the kids?
Nope.
I already know about it and I've already got the plans. Like,
yep.
Are you going to do anything? Like, are you going to do the dishes? Are you going to call the guy about the yard that needs to be mowed? Are you going to set up Christmas lights? Are you going to talk to the kids about their science test on Friday? Are you going to, you don't have to ask me because I'm involved.
Right.
I want to be involved more than anything in the world. I want to share in this life with you.
Yeah.
We agreed in the beginning that we would build a family together, that we would build a life together. We didn't agree that I get to sit on ass and ride your coattails while you did all the work.
Yeah.
That's not a marriage, in my opinion.
No, but a lot of people will weaponize this and say that, well, you knew who I was when we got together.
Bullshit.
That is such a cop-out. That is, and honestly, if they're saying that, guys, if they are saying that, this is a major red flag and you need to question so many things within your relationship, because all they're telling you is that they don't want to grow, they don't want to shift, they don't want to be an adult. They want to do whatever the hell they want to do when y'all first met. Like, yeah, everyone is a certain way when you first meet, but things change. You're supposed to change. You're not supposed to be the same person you were last year. You're not supposed to be the same person you were when you first got together.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
You start having children. Things fucking change.
I don't care.
I'm saying the F word a lot today because I'm really passionate about this topic, so y'all just bear with me.
Like, I don't care if you put a tree in the ground, like an acorn in the ground. It's going to change over time as it grows. God damn it.
Yeah.
Like things evolve, things change. So I hope you're not the person you are when you're 25 and now you're 45.
Yeah.
And if you're saying, like, you're proud of the fact that you haven't changed,
yeah,
I'll smack the shit out of you.
Red flag,
matter
guys.
with you?
Do not let them say that to you. I mean, you really do need to question your
Everything
relationship.
changes and evolves. It is implied when you get together that you grow up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if that's what you believe, why don't you have a disclaimer on your first date and say, just so you know, the person I am today is the same dude I'm going to be in 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I mean, some people might take that like, oh, well, I don't want to change you because I love you so much. And,
things are going to change for you.
But you will change.
You will change.
You're going to change. You have to change. When you have children, you have no choice. It's a complete identity shift.
Even if you don't have kids, you grow older, responsibilities change.
Responsibilities
you
change.
might make a career shift. You need someone you can depend on to move to the West Coast with you or who can support you through
that's solid.
like
Yes.
a master's program and all the stress and shit that comes with that. Someone to make you dinner when you come home from class super late. You need a partner in this damn life.
Yeah.
You need someone who's going to grow with you. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the barometer we should be looking at. Is this person even showing me any sort of potential that they can grow up to be half the woman I am?
Yeah.
At all. Like, that's what we should be thinking about. Those are the kinds of questions we should be asking ourselves. A lot of guys will weaponize that. Mm-hmm. You knew who I was when you married me.
But
I just assumed that you would grow up like everything else in the world does.
Exactly.
Like, everything changes over time. Nothing stays the same.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're staying the same, it seems like more of a decision, don't you think?
Right.
So what you're saying is you choose not to change, which means that my needs are not important to you and they are not a priority. I am not a priority. Our children are not a priority to you. Mm-hmm. Playing video games, hanging out with your buddies, playing golf, drinking beer. That's what's important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. I know where I stand now.
Yeah.
And you're not wrong about that. That's what is really going on here. Let's just call it how it is.
Yeah.
That's the issue here.
It is.
And there are a lot of people that will say, I'll never be enough for you. I'll never be enough for you. Believe them when they say that.
Believe them.
Believe them when they say that.
Yep.
Because they're probably right. That's probably one of the most honest things they can say.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with you So when people say don't take it personally, that's what they mean. Like there's nothing wrong with you that they don't want to step up. There's something wrong within them that they don't want to step up. But it is personal because that's your partner and you asked for more. And that's where it becomes personal. But it's not a reflection of you. And I want people to understand that. Their partner not being an equal partner is not a reflection of them, because typically you're the one that's growing a lot quicker than them and you're able to see things a little bit more clearly than them. It's not you. It's not a reflection of you.
Yeah, strong women do not need to shrink themselves to make men feel bigger. Like if a man's sense of worth is threatened by a woman's strength, it's not her strength that's the problem.
No.
It's a man's weakness. Mm-hmm. It is your fragile masculinity that you claim is so big, so big and tough. Like that's really
I'm a man.
That's a front.
Yeah.
Because I think the idea of masculinity has evolved quite a bit, and no one got that message either.
No.
Right.
We'll
get into that here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Some more of the stuff on like equal partnership. We got sidetracked.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I wanted this to just be a conversation.
Okay, cool.
So this is good. Communication. So we communicate. Y'all have heard some recent episodes of our communication style and the things that we discuss about healthy communication. That's part of an equal partnership, is being able to communicate in a respectful way and not, be ugly to each other or blaming or all those things. Like it's just a way of, and communicating your needs, and things that are going on with the children and the family and holidays and all the things, like just communicating.
Yeah. There's often a power imbalance that makes communication damn near impossible.
Absolutely.
When someone feels like they're above criticism, or they feel like you're not allowed to speak up, like you're not allowed to have a voice in this way. You can't talk to me like that. Mm-hmm. Like that's a sign of a much deeper power imbalance problem. Like that is a great sign that you are in an unequal partnership.
Yep.
Great equal partnerships look at each other as like we are equals. And you speak to each other with respect like equals do.
Right.
You can have disagreements. We still disagree on stuff.
Yeah.
What happened recently? The kids had a bunch of things. Like we're super busy family, crazy busy family. Like we have, like one of our kids is in something like 4 nights a week. The other one's in something like 5 nights a week. And it's pretty rare that we get like a day off. It's even more rare that we get time away as a family. It's really rare. So there's the kids got, this is the greatest thing a school district has ever done. They gave the kids the day after Halloween off.
Oh, yeah.
And we booked it. And when we booked it, the schedule was clear. Mm-hmm. And then new calendars came out. And it turns out that there was all kinds of stuff that weekend.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to do this. I know that you did too, but probably to a lesser degree because the kids could have something, could have all this stuff. But I'm like, man, it'd be really nice to do something as a family for once. Like if the family could win just like one time, that'd be really cool.
I mean, but we did go on a trip this summer and we get our Sundays with them as much as we can.
I understand. And when we had a conversation about it, so what ended up happening was the kids had all kinds of stuff scheduled and they wanted to do it. And so Paige is like, I'm going to have to talk to you about this. I'm like, well, let's just talk about it. What's up? She's like, I think that we should cancel the trip. And my heart broke a little bit, but I said, I understand. And then it came down to, can we even get a refund on this place? Because it wasn't cheap.
Right.
And I was fully willing to cancel it. You have a voice. You have an opinion that matters that I will listen to. I am not above criticism. I am not above giving in. I'm not above doing what the majority wants to do or anything like that. Like it's not like what I say goes. That's crock of shit. Mm-hmm. And I would have happily refunded. Even if we could have gotten half back, I would have done it.
Yeah, but it was a significant amount of things for the kids to be able to do. Yeah,
right. It was like the one had like a choir show.
Yeah, they
during
both
a football
did
game,
and
the other one had like a lock-in for a Halloween thing. It would have been really fun for them, and they'd probably rather be doing that than hanging out with us. And I get it. And let's just forfeit it, and I'm fine with that. But we had a conversation about it. And you let me know where you stood on it. And I sat there and I listened and I thought, it's like, damn, she's absolutely right about this. And I can't really argue it.
But you said that you had a voice too, which you do.
I do. But my argument was coming from a place of selfishness because that's what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. If no one else wants to do it, then it's selfish.
Well, not necessarily selfish. That's not really the right term, but it's almost like a majority rules type thing. Yeah. It's just like, you wanted to do it, but
your battles,
not
right?
everyone wanted to do that.
Yeah, pick your battles. We can find another time to get out and do something together. And it's like, but we had a conversation where you understood where I was coming from and you said something to the effect of like, your voice does matter here. I just think in this circumstance, this is probably the right thing to do. And you were correct about that. And like, that doesn't hurt my feelings. That doesn't hurt my masculinity. And it doesn't affect a power imbalance because there is none.
Exactly.
There is not a power imbalance. Communication is a two-way street and an equal partnership where both people have a say in things. You were very willing to listen to me and hear my perspective and have empathy for it. And I'm willing to do the same for you.
That goes with the validation piece too.
Yeah. And that's the next thing on the list is validation. If someone can validate you, like be curious enough about your inner world, even if you disagree with the reason they're having the emotion, that is beside the point. Let's put that aside for a moment. The fact of the matter is they're saying this is how they feel. If you love them and you care about them, then you ought to be curious enough to know where this is coming from and let them express it in a healthy, safe way. Mm-hmm. I feel this way because of this thing, whatever it might be. I feel abandoned because you're always playing golf on the weekends and I'm just here by myself and we have all this stuff going on. And if you're going to turn around and say, well, I work all week and I bust my ass to pay for this house and your fancy new car, that is a red flag. That is sick. That is controlling. That is domineering. That is old school, toxic, fucked up masculinity.
Yeah.
To validate them is to simply listen and understand why they feel the way they feel. And those emotions are real. Put yourself in their shoes. Have some empathy for how that would feel if you were them. If you do that, you won't be playing golf every weekend, I promise you, unless you're a tour pro or something, which you're probably not.
Right.
Probably shoot like 97 on the weekends and you think that's how you should be spending your time. Oh, God. But to be curious enough about where that's coming from to listen to them.
Yeah.
And understand those feelings and care. Not just listen, but actually give a damn to make a change if necessary. Do you love them or not? Is this your best friend or not? Would you treat your best friend this way?
Right.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. All right. So I want to talk about sex for a moment.
Okay.
So in our relationship, you don't ever make me feel bad whenever I'm not in the mood. Ever. I don't think you have ever done that in our relationship. And I see it a lot where a lot of people, there's where they make them feel bad for not putting out or not giving them what they think that is their natural right as a husband. But
it sounds so stupid.
Right? Doesn't it?
My natural right is
Well, listen to this. So
it's preposterous because I've heard it.
Right. But you know that oh my gosh, I can't find it. Hold on. Give me just a moment.
This is the problem with too many notes.
I know. And I actually did less notes this time. I wanted to just have a conversation. This one.
Marital rape.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That you could not, they would not recognize marital rape as a crime until the 70s and 80s.
We're talking about 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of women who feel like they have a duty to give to their husband. Because of religious reasons, societal reasons, these types of reasons, because the law did not look at you and your rights. Guys, if you have somebody who is doing this in your relationship, please question your relationship and do the best that you can to get out of that, because it's not okay. It's not okay. It's supposed to be mutual. It's mutual respect. It's something that you're supposed to both enjoy. You're both supposed to feel safe. It's the added bonus of having a best friend in your marriage, is that you add that, intimacy that's supposed to be a beautiful thing. It's not supposed to be forced. It's not supposed to make you feel bad whenever you've had a really long day. When our kids were young, that was not something that was on my mind all the time.
It wasn't really on mine
when
much
I
either.
was pregnant, it wasn't on my mind that much. But you never made me feel bad about it. You did not do that. We never got to that point. But I see it way too much.
Yeah, and you can pretty much we've talked about this a little bit, but I would never want to ever want to sexually advance on you if it wasn't reciprocation.
Yeah, we've talked about that. You're like, well, what's the point?
What
okay, like you have a hand, why would you want to do that with somebody who's not really willing to do it right now?
Physically intimate with someone that is not into you.
Who's not into it right now.
What the hell is that?
And it's not necessarily like into you.
That's
it's just
creepy to me.
It is creepy. It's disgusting and it grosses me out. And I have very high opinions of this, strong opinions of this, that if you're in a relationship where this is forced upon you, question it, guys. It's not okay. It is not acceptable. You are a human too. You have rights.
It's insane.
Do not allow these people to do whatever the fuck they want to with you. You are not a toy.
I think a lot of men draw their worth from physical touch and being physically intimate, because that's like
their love language.
Yeah, that's my love language. That's the biggest cop out of all time.
Miss me with that bullshit.
Because I think it's a failure to understand, in my opinion anyway, the point of fucking physical intimacy. It's a result. It's not a tactic necessarily. Like, I always thought it was weird when people are like, "Oh, you're not getting along? You should have sex more." Huh. I think we should back up. Maybe we're not having sex because we don't get along. So I think that a lot of guys will look at it like that is the way to repair things, when in my perspective, my opinion has always been like that is a byproduct of a healthy relationship. Like when we have emotional intimacy and whenever we're supporting one another, I've never had a problem with physical intimacy, like, because we're both into it.
Right.
You know, like,
Yeah.
it's just mutual.
Exactly. It's mutual.
It's not, but I think a lot of people like to take the shortcut and say, like, you need to sleep with me. Then I will
It's
feel,
just
then
it's a
I will
cop-out.
want to support you.
It's
Then
no
I will
different
listen
than
to you.
addiction. They're
It's
just trying to
abusive.
get a high, and
It's
it
abusive,
is
man.
abusive. It is abusive. We're going to call it what it is. It's abusive.
I've just never
As much as
understood,
a
and
strong word that is, it
maybe-
is true.
Maybe I'm speaking from a place of privilege and I'm just ignorant on it. I don't know.
Oh, what?
I don't. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think there's any. It's that complicated. I just don't. I don't. If you're physically attracted to one another, if you're married, I would think that at some point you were physically attracted to one another, right? So it's probably still there. Then, so it's not an attraction issue. It's not like I'm just not into you. So then it's an emotional issue. It's the fact that I'm overwhelmed and I'm just like not in the mood. Okay, well, if you're a dude and you don't want, like, dumbass, listen, okay, if she's overwhelmed, do you know how you could help with that?
Yeah.
You can pick up some slack.
Yeah, exactly.
And then maybe she's not going to be overwhelmed and maybe would have, maybe wouldn't feel so exhausted in the evenings. Like, if she is into you and she does feel safe. Like, that's like, back up the equation for a moment and you can find your solution generally.
Yeah.
If you're
For
married
sure.
people who are into each other. But like the whole coercion thing always fucking creeped me out.
Yeah, if y'all want to hear more about that, we have an intimacy episode
Yeah,
that
I think
was
it's
really
called
good.
Let's Talk About Sex.
Right. Yeah. That we did almost a year ago or last year. I don't remember specifically, but it's a good episode that'll address that in depth. But this was just something that I wanted to address on the equal partnership.
Yeah,
thing,
equal
because
partners will not
it's
make you feel
mutual.
bad if you're not in the
They're not
mood.
going to make you feel bad.
Like,
They're not going to
that's-
make, that's not okay. That's mutual fucking respect. All right. So here's something that we both do is that, and I love this. Sometimes it goes too far, but I do love it.
What do you mean?
So Matt knows our kids' teachers' names. He receives school and extracurricular activity emails. Like, he is completely involved in things. So whenever this is where it gets complicated. If there are sign up genius sheets or whatnot.
Oh, for like the teacher.
Or like
needs,
the teacher needs this, or the kids,
supplies
they
and
need
stuff?
supplies.
Like
We're
a
having
party?
a party. We need you to get this. And Matt checks his email way quicker than I do. And sometimes he'll just like start doing it without talking to me. But I'm so used to doing these things by myself because this has been my responsibility for a really long time. It's something I'm good at. Like, I'm really good at the kids' stuff. So you've kind of made your way into it, which is
I'm taking it back.
which is okay. But it is a transition for me. I'm not going to lie because I feel like we duplicate efforts sometimes, or maybe he goes too hard on something. He's like, well, I want to order this and this and this and this and this for them. And I'm like, no, honey, you have to give other people an opportunity to order things too. You don't get to just buy the whole freaking cart. That is very rude.
That's not
and it
what
is not
I did.
okay.
I just wanted to buy the cauldron for the Harry Potter party. That's all.
I know, and I did too. But then I thought, and we both thought this, that he was going to have to carry it and it was going to be a big
That's gonna
pain
be
in
a
the
pain in the
ass or whatever. But either way, like, you're super, super involved in that. And I think that's really great. And I love that. And I appreciate that. And the kids appreciate it too, because you're showing an interest in them and you're showing an interest in what they're going on in their lives. And you're able to bring stuff up to them. And it's not just me having responsibility of that. So you're showing them that you care what they're going through every day. Like, you're up to date on their grades. You're better at that than I am. Like, you're good at all the teacher emails on stuff that they have coming up. Because with our daughter, I trust her. She's usually on point with getting stuff done, but you're kind of like, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to make sure she's doing things.
I'm just making sure.
But I think it's great. I love that. You're actually showing that you care about what they're dealing with, and you care about me as well because you're helping me with the load.
Yeah, that's so much. Like, one person can't keep up with all that stuff.
I mean, they can. I did it for a long time. I don't mind doing that stuff at all. But I like that you're involved because you're involved in your kids' lives. That's what's important to me.
And even the shift from me of like being even more engaged than I was came as a result of the fact that, so we started the podcast and we started Independently Strong 2 years ago. And up until that point, your day outside of like kid stuff was fairly lax. Like, you didn't have...
I didn't have responsibilities unless it was like homes.
But there were times where you had like side jobs, like you were...
Oh, I always had to have something. Or I tried to have something.
You were helping build like the wholesale business and some other stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I was doing that too.
But like the moment that you started to take on this stuff, you didn't have to ask me to do it. It was an immediate...
You just did it.
This load has to be shared, because if I'm her, there's no effing way in the world that I could do it. So why would she be able to?
Right.
It's like simple common courtesy.
Yeah.
And common sense.
And building a business is really difficult, and entrepreneurs will know that. Like, in the beginning, that's your life. Like, you have to spend so much time, morning, evening, afternoon, weekends. Like, you have to sacrifice a lot of time. So you know that. I was spending a lot of time doing that stuff to make sure that we were going to put something out into the world that was going to be really beneficial for others. So I'm grateful that you recognized that and you were able to just do it. Like, I didn't even ask you, like you said. You just said, you know what? She's got a lot on her plate, and I can step up now.
This whole conversation is sad.
Why?
I shouldn't be lauded or applauded for doing what I'm supposed to do. Once again, like, it's sad that this is not the bar.
It is sad. And we're trying to shift that for people. We're trying to shift that.
And I don't want anyone to lower their standards.
Do not lower your standards.
Second.
No.
Like, I don't want anyone to feel like they need to cave, or that stop compromising your power to accommodate people that can't handle equality. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do that. Like, think about your kids. Think about the example that you set for them. Like, especially like men that have daughters. Like, this is the example that you want to set for her?
Right.
Like, once again, like, men that claim like there's something wrong with feminism and the feminist movement, they have a problem with it. Half the world's population are women. Like, we're not in competition with anybody. Mm-hmm. Like, why? What? At what point do you think that you can look at the history of what women have been through compared to us and say that they don't need a faster, or I guess help to get to where we're at? Like, it's a world that was built by us in many, many ways, and it's still, there are vestiges of that hanging around everywhere. But like, you are raising a daughter in this world, and you don't think that, like, what do you want for your daughter?
Exactly.
Like, that's the question I want to ask you, is like, what do you want for your daughter? Mm-hmm. Do you not want her to be independent? Do you not want her to be able to take care of herself? Do you not want her to have a man that values and validates her and appreciates her and
or do you want a man
in her life?
Do you want her to have a man who controls her? Because that's what you're doing.
That's basically yeah, you're right. Like, do you want someone that has
do you want somebody
power
like
over
you?
your daughter?
Do you want that? That's a
crazy.
Solid question
ask
to
the question. Like, you can't look me in the face and say that that's what you want for your daughter. Why would you want it for your wife or any other woman in the world?
Yeah. And if you have a son too, you don't want your son to like.
Yeah, if you're raising sons, what kind of example do you want to put out in the world?
I'm going to shift this, is that it's not what we tell our children to do and how to act and how to be.
Kids don't listen.
No, we have to show them.
Yeah.
We have to be role models. So I'm very proud of our son and something that he did this weekend. And I can only base it on the fact that Matt is a role model to him in a way, just by showing your actions. We don't have our kids do a million chores or anything like that. You know, we'll have them do some things, but they see Matt and what he does, and they see what I do in our home. And our son was at my mom's house this weekend, and he had dinner with my stepbrother and his girlfriend. And he decided to take everybody's plates and throw out their food, and he did the dishes, and he cleaned up, and he did all these things. And I'm like, what? My mom was telling me this story, and I was like, I'm kind of surprised. I am, but I'm not, because I know our son, like he's an HSP like me. He likes to do things for others to make them comfortable.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do this stuff at home. Sometimes he'll help you. He helped you in the kitchen today. He helped you like do the dishes and stuff. But I think that he did these things because he has a father who sets an example of what a man should be doing. And it's not just sitting on ass watching football.
Yeah. You can do dishes and watch football, by the way.
Yeah, you can.
I do it all the
You
time.
do it all the time. But then I think about holidays. And at holiday time, a lot of the women are supposed to be in the kitchen. It seems like that's our generation. That's what we've showed, is that the women are in the kitchen, they're cooking, they're cleaning, they're not a part of the family or anything like that. The men are in the living room, sitting on ass, watching football, doing whatever the hell they're doing, drinking beer, whatever. So I kind of put my foot down on this many years ago because I was like, I question a lot of things about the way that people are raised in the generation. So I'm not typically one in the kitchen doing things or loading the dishwasher or whatnot. Like I'll pop in there a little bit, but I'm also like going against the grain, and I'll go sit and watch football with my family or hang out with my kids or hang out with my husband or do something like that. And I'm sure that's frowned upon because as a woman, you're supposed to be in there doing the dishes and cleaning and cooking and doing all those things. You're not allowed to sit on ass. You're supposed to make this special for everybody. But if a man were to get up from sitting on ass and watching football to go to the kitchen to do dishes or help around the kitchen, they'd get praised. It'd be like, oh my God, thank you so much. You're awesome. You're doing something great. But as a woman, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So if I go and do what you do by like sitting on ass, I'm going to be like frowned upon. It's going to be a bad thing.
There's that double standard.
It is. It's a double standard. So I just always question it. I always kind of like push the buttons a little bit to see, you know, what the norms are or whatnot. And that's just things that I recognize.
Yeah.
I don't like to, at holiday times, I don't like to be the number one person to make everything special and to make everything perfect and to make sure everything goes smoothly. You are my husband and you need to be a part of that as well.
It's part of my job.
Yeah. You're responsible for getting gifts for your family members. I'm responsible for my family members. You help me grab desserts if I need stuff. You help me get, or I'm not going to say help me. I know we say that all the time, but you go and you get the ingredients that I need or whatnot. You'll help do things around
Not
the
just
kitchen.
that, we plan what cookies we're going to make together.
Yes.
And then I will make cookies too.
We do it together. We do it all together.
I think I did the gingerbreads last year.
Uh-huh.
You did the pistachio.
Because I make little tins for people with like
it's the
extra
coolest
stuff.
thing
And you're
ever.
like, ooh, I want these. Can we do those? Like, I'm not in control. I don't want to be in control. I want somebody to be there with me.
Yeah, we
to
plan
help
this
me.
together. Like I might text you first and be like, it's coming up.
Yes.
What are we going to make
Yes.
this year?
Yes.
Like Halloween's around the corner. Like I plan a like
Haunted
house
house
trip with everybody.
Exactly.
And I get tickets for everyone and I set the time aside. And like, I don't even, like I ask you about the date to make sure, of course.
Well, we
like,
have to.
Is there something about that day that you know that I don't know?
communication.
Yeah, but there wasn't. And like, yeah. And like with Christmas, like if we want to do something fun, like let's go like look at Christmas lights or let's go get a great dinner. Like we have a tradition with that. Like I did that. That's like, damn it. It's my life and my family too.
Yes.
You know, like,
yes.
It's crazy to me because men will claim that they're in control, yet they are clearly not.
Uh-huh.
Because the woman is generally planning all of this stuff and they're along for the ride, but they're taking all the credit because they finance the deal.
That's deep.
That's sick.
It is. It is. And it creates that
And
power
you're taking
imbalance.
credit for everyone else's hard work. You know, like it takes a lot to do that kind of stuff. It takes a lot to plan vacations and things like that.
Yeah.
Like I do those things.
Yes, you will plan vacations sometimes. We'll communicate on planning vacations if we want to do some together. There are times that you'll do surprise trips where you'll like, I want to go to this hotel, or you'll just book it without telling me. You know, we talk about the dates or whatnot, but you do those things.
And it shouldn't be exceptional. Like you talking about this shouldn't be exceptional, but it's sad that it is.
The only reason I thank you for it is, I guess, because whenever we were younger, this wasn't what it was about. Like we didn't have that equal partnership. But again, we were young. You were in active addiction, but this is where I want to. But you were also what?
I consider myself as much like, so I'm in recovery from drugs and alcohol. I'm also in recovery from being an emotionally abusive man. And I'm also in recovery, like I'm a reformed man-child. I'm a guy that grew up and I had to do it with a lot of intention. These things weren't necessarily ingrained in me. The opposite was. And you let me know that that's not going to fly. And you didn't have to say it a whole lot. You let me know with your actions that I am not interested in you. If this is the way this is going to be, I'm not interested in you. And I got my shit together.
Yep.
I wanted to, though. I wanted to live life with you more than anything else. I wanted to see you smile. And I wanted to be there to witness it. I wanted to enjoy life with you. I wanted to do things with you. I wanted to do things with our kids. I wanted to be an involved dad. Like, I coached baseball team. We do all the things that people listen to every single week with us. I write and I do all this other stuff, but that's not exceptional to me, nor should it be, because I think that there are so many women doing the very same thing and it's expected. Mm-hmm. And the opposite's expected of me. I'm expected to sit on ass. I'm expected to do nothing. I'm expected to just go to work. And that's sad. And it's fucked up. And I don't support any of that stuff. But I don't think I should be applauded for it.
No, I was going to say,
but I do think it should be acknowledged, because there are other men that I hope it gets their attention. I hope that they can see me and be like, oh, look, he's not like, oh gosh, I follow a lot of, that was me, that was my watch. Oh. I follow a lot of, we have the same TikTok algorithm because we share the Tufo account.
Yeah.
And we watch the same things and we end up following the same creators. And so that account is like a hodgepodge of like psychology and mental health. And like, there's a lot of feminist accounts that we follow as well. And so I get a really cool perspective, I think, about what a lot of women deal with and what they go through. And it plays very much into our audience and what they're dealing with, because we don't follow any addiction accounts.
No, we don't.
I don't really want to know what they have to say.
I don't care.
To be frank.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I think I know enough at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not what we're really about, because we focus on behaviors and not substances anyway.
I hope the conversation gets louder and louder and louder. And I hope that guys like me do get put out there as an example of like, how can I lower my standards when that exists? And I hope that people see that. And I hope that guys see that. And I can challenge them in some ways to be better, to do better, to step it up. Like, come on, let's do this. Like I did it.
Right.
You can do the very same things.
I don't think it's wrong of me to thank you for things.
I thank you for things.
Exactly. Because that's just me showing appreciation and being, appreciated by my partner. This is something that I've done with you since we were kids.
Yeah. Like, I don't think you can go too extreme with it where it's like, you shouldn't thank him. That should be expected.
No.
But I see those people in comment sections sometimes, and I wonder, I was like, do you thank the waiter when they bring stuff over to your table, or you just say that's their job?
Right.
Like, that's kind of rude.
Right. Right.
Just to have common decency for people and just to tell them you appreciate them.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, if you appreciate them, let them know.
Like, I need you to know that I appreciate you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Even doing the bare minimum, just like me. I mean, I went through some times where I was like, I didn't feel appreciated because I was just doing the things, and I didn't feel like you really cared that I was doing the things around the house or whatever the things I needed to do, because being a stay-at-home mom, you really feel underappreciated. You don't get thanks from your children. You don't get thanks much from your spouse. It's what you're expected to do. So I appreciate it whenever you thank me for doing things that I know that I'm supposed to be doing.
Just feels good
I
to be
think that's just a nice thing to do.
I agree.
Like, we rewarded our kid for doing the nice thing this weekend, saying, hey, this is awesome. That's just positive reinforcement. That's just being appreciative.
But at the same time, it feels weird being on a pedestal for...
No, I understand the recovery thing.
What I think is ordinary. Like, this is part of being an equal partner. This is part of what I consider to be a healthy marriage. This should not be an anomaly, is what I guess I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so I guess it feels weird because I don't feel like it's an anomaly. I feel like this should be the standard. Like, this should be the bar.
Yep.
It shouldn't be anything less than this. I think I could even do more,
Yeah.
All right. Where are we taking this next?
I think that we already covered everything pretty much that I wanted to cover. I know that you had some notes over there that maybe we wanted to have some discussions on.
I know that we have, guys that listen to this, guys that are in recovery, and guys that want to be better. And like,
we're doing the thing.
If you're still listening to this, then like, I cannot thank you enough. And I like mad respect for sticking through this and listening and being curious enough about what your spouse is dealing with in the areas that you have to grow, that you have blind spots in, because that's huge.
That takes a lot of courage.
It takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot. You have to have a lot of humility to do that.
Yeah.
And so thank you for doing that. Thank you for being here. I don't have any like special life hacks, but I can say a couple things. If you want to be a more involved parent to your kids, school's a great place to start. And a really easy way to get more involved is to sign up for your kids' mailing lists. So from the school, so each school has one. So we have a kid in middle school and a kid in elementary school. Each of the schools have one. And then the schools in general are really good about communicating these days. And maybe this is just district specific, but I would think that many of them just do this kind of stuff where they have like a newsletter or something like that. They have a school calendar that comes out. And you can know, like I know this week what each of the theme days are our kids to dress up.
Yeah.
Because it's homecoming week. And start to ask your kids, what are you going to dress up as? Their eyes are going to get huge. Whoa, dad knows about that? It shows them that you give a damn about their life. And it also, these are things that you ought to be doing as a father and as a parent. Mm-hmm. It's a really easy way to get involved. Also, like it comes like the schools, the individual classes, the teachers will send out emails about what they did that week. So like our daughter's in an innovative design class and I go through their slides every single week. And if they have questions about the assignment, they don't have the excuse that I didn't know, I didn't understand it. Well, honey, I do. And you can come to me. I've already read through your assignment. And if you need my help, I'm here for you. But I'm also not going to smother you and like do it for you. You know, so I'm involved in that. I know when they have tests coming up. All this comes from a really simple, just email address. Just enter your email address and get the information. Listen to them as well. What are they into? What are other kids doing that they would like to be involved in, but they're not so involved in? Like for this, like our kids are in middle school and elementary school again, but the high school, like we're in Texas, so high school football is a big deal. So I got us season tickets for the high school football games, and we make it a point to be out there and be part of the community. Now, this isn't like something I really love doing, but I love it that they love it.
I like it.
I love it that you love it. I love being in the middle of it. It's everything to me that
I have to go by myself this time.
Yeah, because I got to be out of town. That my family feels supported. It means everything to me, and it's my part of my job is, you know, half of the family unit and parents. Like you're the mom, I'm the dad. To do my part in that. Like if this was all on you, every bit of this was on you. In addition to everything else that you have to do on any given day. Or if you're like a new mom and you're fighting postpartum depression, you're fighting like just the transition with the responsibility of being a new parent, like all the stuff that they don't tell you about, you know, like someone can say that you don't sleep much, but you don't know how bad it is until you're not sleeping and how horrible it feels.
Yeah.
But to be involved in that and listen to people and be curious about it, like it is not that hard to be a good man. It's just not. It's, the bar is so low. And that's what I'm saying is that most people can get away with just going to work and owning a gun, saying that they're a protector and financially supporting. And that's the bar. The bar is so fucking low. It's on the floor. What can you do to step it up? What can you do to challenge yourself?
Here's what's bullshit though, is that a lot of people would say, well, I can't do all that stuff because I couldn't handle it in sobriety. I don't think I would be able to do this and not drink or use because I need an outlet because it's too overwhelming and it's too much.
The whole point of sobriety is to learn how to live again.
To do this shit.
And to learn how to deal with every bit of that stuff. Guys, welcome to adulthood.
Right. But a lot of the spouses don't want to ask for that because they feel like it's going to fuck up their recovery or their sobriety. And I don't think that's... I think there is something to be said that at some point in the early on journey, the focus has to be on dealing with handling your emotions, learning the basics of life, learning how to get through a day without losing your temper and freaking out over something and making it feel like you have to drink. That. It's been a process for you to get to this point.
The basics have to be addressed first before you can get some of this more advanced stuff, but you can do a little more. You can help out in some ways. And don't ask your wife. Someone called me on this and they were absolutely right. The wrong thing to do is to ask your wife, how can I help? Just tell me what to do. Look around and use your head. Look around and use your head. Is the laundry basket full? That's a good start that you could probably do laundry and that would be helpful.
Yeah.
You know?
Or if your partner says, can you make the kids breakfast? Oh, well, what do I need to make them?
Dude, use your head.
That's the mental load we're talking about.
People eat toast, some eat eggs, cereal.
Figure out what your kids like.
Yogurt,
give them a fruit cup, whatever. Toast and fruit cup. But why are we having to tell you what to do? Like, that's why we do things on our own, is because we know that if we ask or say something, it's going to be even more difficult because you can't fucking do it on your own. Like, you can't figure it out. And I'm all, like I've said early in the episode, I want you to figure this shit out. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to mess up on your own and figure out what the kids like. You have to do that. That's not my responsibility. I do think that it's easier for people to do these things. Let's say that you have an unequal relationship and your partner is just around doing the bare minimum. And you're still doing everything. It's easier for you to do everything if they're not involved at all. Like if they were gone, if you were out of the relationship, that it's actually easier and a breath of fresh air, because then you do have all the control and you know that you're capable of doing it. It's more difficult. You don't have one more to look after. You don't have another one to look after that is even more difficult than your own children. And that's the sad reality.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, so since we shared this account, there's a lot of creators that will stitch videos. And there was this person the other day that stitched this video of this guy saying that he does not like masculine women. I was like, masculine women? Like, what does he mean? Like a strong chin or something? Like, what is that? Like, I didn't know if it was aesthetics or what. And so I clicked on the person that she stitched the video with and I listened to this dude talk. And it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. So there's this huge guy, super buff guy with this big beard. And he's saying that he doesn't like masculine women. So masculine traits traditionally, I guess, into a lot of people, it's like assertiveness, strength, leadership, and things like emotional restraint, like big tough guy stuff, right? Like that's what masculinity is. And emotional you want to be seen as a provider and a protector. And these are kind of qualities that have been idealized as masculine in a lot of cultures. And so masculine women, what he meant was independence, confidence, and assertiveness.
Strong.
And those are things that he thinks anyway, and a lot of men think, that those are characterized as masculine traits. So what you're saying is a masculine woman is one that is independent and confident and assertive. So the opposite of those things are women that is dependent on you. She lacks confidence with low self-esteem, and she is passive. That is the perfect.
Yep.
That is the perfect person for a guy like him.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I want women, if you're a listener and you're a woman, most of them are. I know there's got some guys out there, shout out the guys, but there are a lot of women that listen that think that there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you. In fact, go harder and go heavier on what you think you should be doing. On exactly what we just talked about, some of those traits. Men are threatened by strong women because they have a fragile idea of masculinity. Their worth comes from being a provider, being sexually desired, being a protector. Those three things, basically. That's where they derive their worth. That's where they get the validation. And those three ways. Those are primitive. It's 2024, guys. It is 2024. There are so many other qualities that you could develop that would make you attractive to everybody. But you're asking women to step down and rewind the tape 50 years to go back to a time.
Fuck that.
And redo all this hard work.
Nope. Don't do it.
So that you don't have to change.
Yep.
So that you can just keep doing the same, bullheaded shit that you've always done. Do not stop doing what you're doing. In fact, double down on it. It's not you, it's them. If people are talking this way, that's a serious issue. And I would consider myself a masculine guy. If someone tried to hurt you, I would break him in two.
Yeah. You're physically stronger than me.
But I'd have never one time have used that against you. I've never made you feel like you need me to protect you.
No.
Ever. At any point.
I don't think I would be happy with that, honestly.
Or the financial piece. Are you saying that women can't earn as much as you? We've already talked about it, that about half the country, women are earning more than men. And think about why. Because a lot of these jobs that men have traditionally worked with their hands and whatnot, they're going away. They're being, offshored. They're going to automation. And so you need to go to school. You need to study. You need to think about some of these things. And they're basically rebelling against it. They're saying, no, we don't want to change. It was better the other way. And they're going to make you feel like you're crazy for thinking otherwise. Now, I know everyone has their own opinions and do whatever you want, but the idea of masculinity has shifted, all right? Those old things, I think that when it comes to depending on your family situation, right? If you're the one who has the full-time job and you're the one with the career that earns, like in our situation, I have a job that I work 5-6 days a week and I earn most of our income. Okay, but you could easily do the same.
Yeah.
Right? It's just part of my job here. That's the way I see it. Like that's one of the roles that I fill, and you have yours as well. Okay, so that could be done by either one of us. I don't look at that as something that only I could do.
Yeah.
When it comes to the physical strength and everything else, like, dude, listen, I've seen women MMA, and there are women out there that could kick the shit out of a lot of guys that I know.
Right?
Like, kick the absolute shit. Not to mention, you can own a gun. You can protect yourself in many ways. Do not let anyone hang that over your head. Like, masculinity to me is an evolved version of all of those things. It is being emotionally aware and emotionally present and emotionally mature. It is being able to not just reject your emotions, but process them. It is being a healthy role model for a new generation of men. It is a lot of the old stuff, but it's stuff layered on top of that. We have to evolve. There has to be more than that. Like, I lift weights. I keep myself in shape because it keeps my head clear. I don't do it so that I can like you don't give two shits about abs. You don't. I thought I was like, well, I'm gonna get a 6-pack, and like she's not gonna be able to keep her hands off of me.
I mean, they're sexy and all, but that's not.
I think you went, oh, that's cool one day, and then you were like, meh, like you got more important shit to worry about. Women don't care. You know who asks me about it? Men. I get more DMs from men about that. Mm-hmm. Guys, they don't care. They really don't care. Take care of yourself because it's a responsible thing to do. All right. Just don't do shit for the right reasons. Like if desire for women is like, that's how you base your value is like how many women desire me, you're probably sending the wrong signals anyway. Like you're probably old school masculinity. And I'm just telling you, like I've had the privilege of spending the last few years with women. They don't care about the shit that you think they care about. No, they simply don't. They care about having an equal partner. They care about having a partner in life. They care about having someone that supports them. These things should be mutual, by the way. You should care about this stuff too. You should care about this stuff too. Like, we get married because we're best friends and we want to do life together. I love doing life with you more than anything in the world. And I want to be there for every second of it. I never want you to feel like you can't depend on me for anything. And that just does not mean to make sure that money hits the account or that when a burglar gets in here that I'm going to break him in half. There's so much more than that. So much more than that. So if you're a guy that listens, like I challenge you to really question what you think masculinity and power looks like in a marriage.
Yeah.
And could this be the root of all your problems? I would say there's something to that. There is something to that. Without a doubt.
And if you're in a same-sex marriage or we have men wheelies who listen as well, take what you want from this episode and leave the rest. Yeah. I mean, we're not like singling anybody out or anything like that. This is just our experience and what we feel about things. But unequal partnership and equal partnership does matter in your relationship as well. I'm sure that you can take a lot from this. Yeah. So
some final takeaways for some of the guys. If a woman's strength makes you feel small, that's your insecurity to deal with. That is not her problem to solve for you.
Nope.
Strength in a relationship is not about dominance. It's about partnership. It is not about a one-way street where you have control and they do not. And if you need someone to depend on you for the bare minimum, like paying bills, basic protection, you are missing out on a deeper, so much more fulfilling connection that is possible. You have no idea how great your spouse is. You have no clue how rich their inner world really is. Why don't you try to get to know them a little bit? Why don't you try to invest in them emotionally? And stop relying on fragile ideas of masculinity to feel validated. Like, if we're going to talk about quote unquote real men, like real men are not threatened by strong women.
Nope.
They are motivated by them.
Yes.
You know who my hero is? It's my wife. My wife is the person that inspired me to be a better man for myself. She inspired me to be a better person in this world. You probably have a really great example of what an amazing person is right in front of you. But if you're going to sit here and hold these old gender roles in such high regard that you're not willing to look at it, ask yourself why. What are you scared of? What are you really scared of? And if you want a partner that just submits to you, you're not looking for love. You're looking for control.
Yeah.
And ask yourself why that is. Why do you need to control other people? What is wrong with that? So...
but we're the controlling ones.
Yeah, you're the
Remember
controlling
that?
ones, right? Yeah, always. And so I think that if we're talking about what a masculine man is, okay, if you're so tough, a confident, secure man seeks a partner, not a follower. If you can't handle a strong woman, the issue is your insecurity. It is not her independence. I'm telling you, strong women will make you better in every single way. And you should be encouraging this behavior, not deterring it. You should be encouraging it from your wife, from your daughters, from everyone around you. Like, do your part. Let's step it up. If I did it, you can do it. I promise you can do it. The bar is so low. You can look like a rock star by doing some really basic things, but you have to want to. You have to want to. And an equal partnership is what we're really after.
Yeah.
When people find us, it's they think they're going to fix their marriage by removing the alcohol. What they'll discover oftentimes is that they're all alone and they don't have an equal partner in this life. And you've been on this kick for a while too. And we've got some really amazing creators. Abby Eccles, one of them. She's going to be on the show pretty soon. Her account is amazing. I love her. I love her stuff. It's amazing. Yeah. And then Celeste as well, who's got some really, really great ideas about this kind of stuff. Like, our job is to empower partners and spouses of people with a substance use disorder to figure out what their own recovery looks like. Another part of our job is to help them understand what their standards ought to look like, in our opinion. Yeah. And they're not on they should not be on the floor. They should not be on the ground. You're not too far off the button. It's just, you have someone who's not going to do it. And they're not capable. They're just not capable. They're really not. It's very rare. I think they're capable. I think they're just reluctant.
Like, where they are, if they are in like active addiction, like, you're asking something from somebody who can't do that, who's not going to do it.
You're ordering something that restaurant's not serving.
Right, exactly.
They don't have that ingredient. They cannot make that.
Yeah.
They can't. Yeah. So stick with us. I promise you that we will hammer this point home, that it's not about the substance, it's about the behaviors, and the behaviors all play into the type of marriage and partnership that you have. And I hope if you've gained anything from this, that you've learned what an equal partnership is, that's even a thing, that there's even a term for that, and what an unequal partnership looks like. What our marriage actually looks like behind the scenes is an equal partnership. It is not Paige playing the traditional mother and wife role. And it's not me playing traditional masculine role. Like, we both get our hands dirty in any way we possibly can to make sure that this ship keeps sailing. Like, we've got a lot of work to do, and there's only going to get done if we both put forth effort.
We both lead our family.
Yeah.
It isn't just one.
I've never looked at myself as the leader of our family.
No, I don't think so. Like, we'll have our strengths and we have our places where we do things, but we still come together. It's very balanced.
It's 50-50.
Our family
I would think it's
so
pretty
balanced.
50-50. Like, you lead a lot. I lead a lot. Yeah. But like, you lead. Right. You're a great leader. You're amazing at it. Like, you're the one who sets the tempo around here, if anything.
Yeah, that's true.
It might even be 51-49 you.
I don't know about that.
As the leader of the family.
You're really, really stepping up, babe.
I'm not threatened by any of it. I'm motivated by it. It makes me want to do even better.
Awesome.
So anyway, that's all we've got for today's episode. I hope it was helpful for you. Until next time, I am Matt.
I'm Paige.
And we'll see you.
Bye.